Welcome back to another TK Breezy video. I'm back from Gommel. I was about to say, I don't know what I was about to say. Gommel. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good tournament, at least at the very for both Melee and for Ultimate, with two big winners. We got the two-time Gommel champion now, Zane, going back to back with it, and then Tweak actually getting a W. But we'll talk about all that in a second. As I always have to say, man, make sure you go ahead and hit a like, follow, subscribe here on the TK Breezy channel. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like it goes a long way. That's all I really say. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what topics we got. There was a little bit of like small controversy that came out, but it wasn't like really major controversy, but it's kind of funny. So but first, yeah, we'll talk about Gommel as an event. I think Gommel is an event for the gamers. So if you're a gamer and you want to go game, then go to Gommel, right? Go, like, that's definitely the event. If you're a gamer, you want to get on a boat with a bunch of other gamers, then go to Gommel, because yeah, it was they had that going on. That's kind of the big sell of it. But the tournament runs very well. There's a lot of friendly setups. There's a lot of casual setups. They have fighting games there too. So I spent a lot of time playing some Tekken. That was a good time. I actually had to commentate Tekken 8 and Smash's top 8. I did top 8 to top 4 for Smash, and then Tekken 8 I did the whole top 8, obviously. Good time. I'm glad I got to go out and enjoy that and see the Canadian scene. And Fear Silence got the W over there, so big shout out to Fear Silence as well. But as far as the tournament goes, man, yeah, I mean, there was two Steves in the top 8. That was kind of a drag, but you know, they played well. And yeah, but Tweak played better, as Tweak was a W right here. He got the win. Another second place for Sonics. No, that's got to start getting to him. But hey, if your lowest placement and your highest placement is always second, it sounds like you're farming, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody else is moving around you, but not you. You said I'm Mr. Consistency. So, but yeah, the tournament went well. There was one probably little incident that happened at the said tournament that a lot of people were talking about. And if you didn't know or you didn't see it, well, let me show you the clip first. I gotta go find the clip. Give me a second. But yeah, so Hbox pops off super hard, and everyone's like, "Wow, Hbox, like, why would you pop off so hard?" Which is the answer is because of content. I'm right. This is a content machine, bro. I promise you, he always knows what he's doing, right? But I gotta find the longer clip. Hold on. How come we can never find the longer clip? Everybody has a short clip, but I need the long clip. Who got the longer clip, bro? I know one of y'all got it. All right, here we go. Thank you. So this is the longer clip.
No way. No way.
The riskiest pound ever.
Oh my God!
Spacing around it. Is that gonna do it?
No, it's not. You need to find an aerial now. SGJ's just drifting in. Hbox doesn't want to risk it.
Oh my gosh. The pop-off we are about to see.
1 minute.
Oh,
That's it!
And there it is! Oh, the chair!
Oh my God!
I called it, guys. What the hell?
Not again! He's not gonna do it.
But he reconsiders.
But you thought about it for a second. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Hungry Box is done with the reverse 3L. STJ out of the tournament in 7th place.
This man really said, get on my level, okay? He said, get on my freaking level.
Oh no!
Oh my God, that fear!
Now, the first part, this part, I'm like, okay, true. But then the second part, the redo, right?
I called it, guys.
The redo of, oh, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let me think about it. Okay, bro. All right, bro. Oh, man. So, obviously, this caused a lot of talk, because people are like, why is, that's unsafe. And it is kind of unsafe, you know what I mean? I'll give it up, like, especially if he threw it out to the crowd now. But Hbox and has a history of dealing with chairs right now lately. So, funny for him. This has been like another series of, Hbox in a chair. But it seemed as though some people really didn't like that. And that some people, the one that got the most attention was Fish IE, which I don't know if that tweet is still up. This is also not what it was. Boom. I hate Hbox's excessive pop-off. Scream and jump, that's fine. Good job, you won. But, like, don't throw a chair across the stage. Be an adult. Right? So that was a thing. Right? And then Hbox comes back a little later with the quote tweet of suck my dick. Right? And then, obviously, that's going to cause a shitstorm as well. because, you know, this is Hbox we're talking about. And it says a melee player vocally punching down like this is a prime example of what's wrong with the scene. Using your platform to say this to a woman in the scene is gross, and anyone cheering you on for it is gross too. Which, yeah, man, I will agree that was kind of a crazy response. But what I won't agree is that, like, I don't think that Hbox said, "Oh, you're a woman, suck my dick." I think that's just something that he would have said. Like, I think that's not exclusive to, like, we say, like, people would say that as an insult to just women. I mean, if you've hopped on any online game at any point in time or ever had any type of, roast off, I guess, when you were younger, I'm sure you've said suck my dick to a man, even though you probably definitely did not want that man to suck your dick. If you're not, if you don't swing like that. But still, obviously, moving aside from that point, still probably she'll definitely should not have said that. But even Hbox realized that, because Hbox apologized later. Now, Edwin says, "This is really sad to see. The specific content of what's said here is unacceptable. If it was said to Magi or any other prominent woman, nobody would let it fly. Generally very disappointed. I don't think it should fly regardless if it's a man or a woman. It just probably should not be doing that." But we're definitely overreaching by trying to make this an issue and being like, "Oh, Hbox said this to a woman because she's a woman." I don't think that's why he did that at all. But as I said, Hbox came through and said, "So I made a tweet yesterday to Fish after the intense win during Gommel. A lot of times someone hurls an insult at me. I have the decency to bite. I have the tendency to bite back or shit talk back. When it's directly after a win similar to a pop-off, you usually have adrenaline rushing, and I'm much more likely to do or say something really dumb or cringe. I don't look at follower accounts. I don't look at bios, and many times I just do it to blow off steam. However, it would be remiss to not acknowledge the responsibility one has for holding a large following and the effect it has. Just by me, quote, treating, I suddenly saw people making transphobic comments toward them, insulting their personal character, or them being a TL, and bringing in stuff that really isn't part of this. Please don't do that, right?" So definitely apologize to Fish. And Fish says, "I appreciate you taking the time to make a public apology. I do hope the apology doesn't erase what happened." And Hbox says, "No, that's why I left the screenshot up." Real, right? So good job to Hbox for apologizing. Again, maybe don't get on your phone right after a set is probably the best thing that I would say. But yeah, I don't want to make this an issue that's like, yo, Hbox, is fucking, he's only rude like this to women. Cause I'm sure that Hbox has said some very rude shit to men. I think this is just the wording that he used without actually looking up anything. And I don't even know if he would have changed his word if he didn't know that Fish was a woman. So, but yeah, then we circle back again. I just saw this tweet, actually. Now, hold on. We circle back again. I got to go to me. Me, when people across the internet are still asking why I threw the chair 48 hours later without realizing that this is the most people have talked about Melee in years, and only furthering our scene's outreach and deterring career viability for our players for year to come. Bro, shut up. Bro, shut up, bro. No way. No way, bro. Like, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Man said, yeah, actually, I apologize, but for real though, the reason why I did that shit is to further the Melee agenda. You did it. Yeah. You are the reason that not that people are talking about the chair throw, but we're talking about the Melee chair throw. Yep. What do the fans think about that? Come on, man. Now this. I'm telling you, man. Hbox is so content pilled though that I can't be mad at him, bro. Like I feel like this was definitely a content angle and it worked. The interactions go crazy, bro. But yeah, it's just funny to see the backlash to that. Now, my honest opinion is that, like, yes, while I rather prefer you did not throw the chair, I think if we're talking about property damage, I think Hbox has enough money to pay for that chair. And probably the stage too. I just think that, like, yeah, we're getting a little over the top with these pop-offs, and maybe we shouldn't be going so over the top, but I don't think it hurt nobody. So at the end of the day, I'm like, that was a little cringe, but I don't feel like it hurt the bottom line or the grand scheme of things. I think it's just a little cringe to watch. So up next, we got some changes coming up. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but yeah, SmashCon has changed its name. Super SmashCon is now Supernova, and early bird registration is now live. While we have a new name, we're excited to be back and better than ever, August 8th through 11th in Chantilly, Virginia. And you can do that. Now, there was a little bit of controversy on top of that because Supernova is also a tournament in Northern Virginia, in Ruckersville, a place that if you watch Lights Out before this, a place that we probably won't be going. It just doesn't sound like a place I'm allowed to be. Ruckersville? Come on now. Anyway, so it says, recently we have become aware that SmashCon has decided to rebrand to Supernova. For those who aren't aware, Supernova is grassroots FGC regional in Ruckersville, Virginia. We had our first event, April 13th, with over 100 attendees, and are currently planning our second. Our end goal is to create a tournament that encompasses all of Virginia FGC. Supernova is the play on the term Nova, which is Virginia slang for Northern Virginia. And he says a dentist. It also shares names with a dentist in Fredericksburg, Fairfax, and defunct tournaments. However, when we choose our name, we did our due diligence to make sure we not step on any toes. This makes Super Smash Con's decision to take our name very frustrating. They did not contact us at any point. It's one thing to share names of the event completely outside the FGC space, and another thing to take names of large fighting game tournaments that debuted a month ago and whose venue is an hour and a half away. Simply put, SmashCon taking our name is disastrous for us. We are planning our next event to be this fall. It will be extremely difficult for us to promote Supernova while they're promoting their Supernova in August. If you look up Supernova FGC on Google, we are the first result. If you look up Supernova on StartGG, we are the first result. All the brand recognition immediately disappears if SmashCon takes our name, as will be totally drowned out. Now, look, I'm going to feel for them and say, yeah, I definitely get why this is a blow to y'all. But what I don't like is that I feel like the way that this is put out there makes it seem as though SmashCon was like watching Supernova, the event, and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to need that. Like, I'm going to take that. I'm going to let me go ahead and get that name off him. I don't think that's what happened at all. I think two people in separate areas came to the same conclusion based off of different circumstances. I think Super Smash Con probably wants to just keep the name Super in it in some way. You can't keep Smash, so we go with something else. So it's now Supernova, Super North Virginia. Cool, right? Supernova FGC, not sure how they got there too, but they also said we use the term Nova. Now there's probably some other ways you could use Nova, like Mega Nova, Ultra Nova, or whatever. But Super Smash Con's whole thing has been Super. So therefore, I think they probably will be less likely to change off of Super and then keep the Nova. Now, as I said, I do feel for them. That does suck that, like, y'all, you're probably very proud of the event that you ran, and you would like to continuously run with that event, as you should. I mean, it's a good name. That's why two people have it right now. As I said, the only thing I don't like is that I don't want it to be implied that SmashCon predatorily took that name with the intention of drowning them out. Did they try to do some research? They've probably been sitting on this name for a while. This tournament, Supernova, happened on April 13th. SmashCon's probably been looking at this name probably at least a little bit before that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do, but there was another statement that was put out that basically said from the Supernova TOs that they are chatting. So May 17th, they say, hey, bro, the SmashCon team has opened up communications. We have no details have been finalized. They were very considerate and addressed many of the concerns. We are confident we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. We're very grateful for the support from the community and are looking forward to another amazing event in the fall. So looks like it looks like they may come to some type of an agreement at the end. I don't know if that means Supernova for Smash is going to change or Supernova the FGC is going to change, but I am glad to see at least a happy ending here for this event. Again, though, yeah, the only thing I want to avoid is that, like, people are like trying to be like, yeah, SmashCon, fuck SmashCon because they stole the name because they're being predatory. I don't think that this was done with any malice. I think it's just an honest mistake, and now these two people or two teams are going to conglomerate and figure out how we can run to each other. The two venues are an hour and a half away from each other, so it's enough for anybody in Sova or in Nova, or I guess in Virginia anyway, and Maryland to go to both. But SmashCon only does Smash, and FGC, the FGC Supernova probably does mostly fighting games. So at least there's no like crossover on like the games per se. Probably people, because people kind of like play both, one or the other, or like both now. But yeah, I don't know. I hope to see that we get an update for this and that like something good happens from this. It'll be nice to see SmashCon maybe even promote this Supernova or whatever during the time that they can, because SmashCon is first. And if you're like, hey, if you like fighting games, you should go check out another Supernova. So yeah, that happens. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just gonna have to see how that one plays out in the future. And then the last thing we'll talk about is Sakurai revealed some win rates for the data for the Smash Ultimate in his most recent video. All fighters fit within the range of 47, 18, and 51, 43. And then some people were using this as anyone can win. And I do not think you understand win rates, okay? I do not think you understand win rates if you're looking at this and you think anyone can win. The thing about win rates, genuinely, is that normally, even though this is close numbers-wise, this does not mean shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at, like, leagues win rates, right? Some of the lowest champion win rates will be, like, 48%. You know what that means? That character is not used. That character is not used at all, bro. And it's like, not only is that character probably not even in the meta, but it's not used. And when it is used, it doesn't win that much. That's not to say that people can't jump in there and still get some W's with said character. It just means more often than not, that character is losing and probably also not picked a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, all things considered. So yeah, I mean, like, even when you do have like characters like that are picked a lot, you have to think about the fact that like everybody is playing them too. So let's think about like Reina, right? Reina in Tekken has a very high pick rate. Reina also had an under 50% win rate. And you know why? Because everybody was playing Reina, right? Everybody. That includes the people that are using the special style controls and are just spamming. That includes people who are mashing. That includes people who actually have no idea what Tekken is. So all of that is also being included within the win rate. So yeah, like this, while this is an interesting fact to see, I don't want to use like this as this character is better than this character because we're getting win rate W's, because this character has the highest win rate. Yeah, that just probably means there's more good people potentially playing this character, but at the same time, there's still some very bad people playing that character. And so, yeah, like if you want to make a sample size like this, you have to cut the sample size to a certain amount of people and then go from there. So it could be like win rates based off of tournaments, which I think could be a little more accurate of a representation of said characters. But then, you know, you're still going to have some outliers out there. While Steve will probably have a pretty higher win rate because Steve wins a lot of tournaments, there's definitely some guy who's playing Steve and going 0-2 as well, you know? So yeah, it is an interesting little deep dive. If you want to click that, we'll make sure to link it below. But yeah, it's an interesting little deep dive on stuff like that. But do not take this to heart. Do not take this to heart, bro. Like, it's just some numbers, man. It is just some numbers. So, with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching another Topic Talk. We'll have a Topic Talk Gold later this week to talk about whatever the hell we're talking about. Let me know what you think about anything that we talked about below. We talked about Gommel. We talked about Hbox throwing a chair. We talked about win rates, and we talked about SmashCon. And what do you think about any of these situations? Definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you hit a like, follow, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.